know what's on the call logs.
I wish you guys would understand what words mean. I think all your mistakes are from the fact that you don't get language.
No.
Like you just mentioned like find me votes. Do you know what that meant? Or are you like trying to infer a greater conspiracy?
The question is, do you know what that meant? The Republican Party's motto is January 6th doesn't matter. Why are we even investigating it? And that's what you're saying when you're pointing at all this. I'm
all for pushing Jan 6. That's what got Trump elected.
No, fine. And he'll get elected for a third term if we keep.
So apparently Jessica Tarlov had what Fox News would medically classify as a meltdown, which, let's be honest, on that network means she took more than 3 seconds to answer a question. Greg Gutfeld tossed one of his usual hand grenades disguised as a truth bomb, and suddenly everyone acted like she was defending a CIA coup. This is the problem with TV politics. Every disagreement is the end of democracy, every debate is World War III, and every eyebrow raise is the mask slipping. At this point, the only thing slipping is America's collective sanity.
Jessica, that's a good point. Maybe this overreach resulted from the ultimate decision to have a phony, fake imposter for a president.
No, I don't think so. And no one has accused Merrick Garland of being phony or fake, and he was the one who was actually in charge of Jack Smith, not Joe Biden. I'm stunned that Republicans actually want to draw attention to this, because now we're rehashing the fact that the senators who were part of this investigation are not just random names that he picked off a list, but people who were either talking to Donald Trump or co-conspirators that are named in Jack Smith's charging documents for trying to turn over a free and fair election.
They're looking at,
that's actually, well, Lindsey Graham, it's funny that he was so aggressive at this. Why would they want to know who I called? Because he called Brad Raffensperger after Donald Trump, you remember, asked him, well, why can't you find me 11,587 votes or whatever? And Lindsey Graham also called him, and according to Raffensperger, he said that he thought that Lindsey Graham was interested in talking to him about the mail-in ballots and maybe if they would be invalidated. Lindsey Graham has said he was just doing that as his role as senator. It had nothing to do with the fact that he was trying to overturn the election. That is not what a lot of people think about it. So Lindsey Graham sitting there being enraged is hilarious. I'm so glad that you said that this is a metadata issue versus wiretapping, because Josh Hawley is up there holding up a billboard that refutes exactly what he's saying.
But treating Democrat senators like terrorists and looking into their phones is okay now.
If you are,
is that okay now? So we can look into Schiff's phone?
First of all, I don't going to say look into your phone, because a call log is not the
do you? You don't even know the difference between a man or a woman.
Yes, I know the difference between a wiretap
and getting someone's metadata. And if you want to deliver right now, I will deliver that baby.
That is the most threatening thing that you have said to me, and you have said it multiple times for both of my children.
To bear your child.
And of course, we get the same script. The right yells deep state, the left yells accountability, and neither side seems to realize they're starring in a reboot of a movie none of us wanted to watch again. One side says the government is weaponized, the other says it's just doing its job, and somewhere in between, the actual truth is sitting in a corner, drinking, wondering where it all went wrong. Gutfeld calls it corruption. Jessica calls it due process. I call it Tuesday in America, where every scandal is either Watergate or Nothing Burger, depending entirely on your cable provider.
Any concerns at all that this is a political prosecution?
Absolutely not. This is where I probably disagree with you, Jake. I've seen enough on Comey that I think that he deserves a day in court. I believe that there's been sufficient evidence that has emerged that would show potential wrongdoing. Obviously, Comey deserves due process, as does anyone else. But as far as political retribution, I don't view it as retribution. I view it as accountability. And I think that Comey has been a part of a team of bureaucrats in Washington that have weaponized the judicial system, that have weaponized the intelligence agency. So I think that this should be prosecuted, and obviously he deserves his day in court. He deserves due process, but I certainly think there's enough evidence to move forward.
Republican Congressman James Comer, chairman of the House Oversight Committee. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
And then, of course, Trump jumps in with "I told you about the deep state." Yes, Donald, you tell us a lot of things. Some true, some false, some that sound like they were written by a magic 8-ball having a nervous breakdown. But sure, go ahead, take a victory lap in a race nobody agreed to run. The real story isn't a secret cabal or a shadow government. The real story is that our institutions are so broken people think shadow government sounds plausible. That's the punchline, and the tragedy. So yeah, keep the comments coming, keep the outrage